It started with a football club in Madrid. Then came 5 European crowns in a row. Generations changed, but beautiful. This is the rise of Real Madrid.
Real Madrid did not become a global giant overnight. Its story began in Madrid, more than a century ago. In 1902, a football club was officially established in Madrid, laying the foundation for what would become one of football's most famous institutions. The club's identity evolved over time, and in 1920, King Alfonso III granted it the title Real, meaning royal. As football grew in popularity, Madrid itself was becoming an important center for the sport, giving the young club a growing audience.
These early generations built the club's foundations through competition, organization, and a growing passion for the game.
Behind every successful football team is organization. Madrid's growth depended not only on players, but also on people building the club behind the scenes.
In the 1940s, new leadership brought an ambitious vision: build a stronger club, a larger stadium, and as the club grew, one thing became increasingly important: a home capable of matching its ambitions.
The project symbolized something bigger than a stadium. It represented the belief that Real Madrid could become a major force in European football. Then came the moment that changed everything. Real Madrid was about to step onto the European stage, and the club was ready to make history. In 1955, European football entered a new era with the creation of the European Cup, and Real Madrid was ready to take part. For Madrid, the new competition meant unfamiliar opponents, long journeys, and a chance to prove that Spanish football could compete with Europe's best.
Madrid's ambitions grew even stronger as extraordinary talent arrived, bringing a new level of skill, creativity, and attacking power.
The new generation combined speed, technique, movement, and finishing, creating an attacking style that could overwhelm even experienced European opponents. In 1956, Real Madrid reached the first European Cup final, facing a historic opportunity to establish itself beyond Spain. Real Madrid won the first European Cup in 1956, turning a promising Spanish club into a new force on the European stage.
But one European title was not enough. Madrid wanted to prove that its success was not a one-time achievement.
Then came something extraordinary. Madrid kept winning, year after year, turning European success into a pattern of dominance. By 1960, Real Madrid had won 5 consecutive European Cups, a record that announced its arrival as a European football superpower. The 1960 final became another unforgettable chapter, as Madrid's attacking football produced one of the most dramatic European performances of its era. After dominating Europe, Real Madrid faced a new challenge: replacing an extraordinary generation while keeping its winning identity alive. The club responded by rebuilding, developing new talent, and creating the foundation for another generation of competitive teams. Long-term success also required developing players, teaching them the club's culture before they reached the biggest stages. But success created pressure. At Real Madrid, winning was no longer a dream. It became an expectation. By the mid-1960s, a new generation had taken Madrid back to the European final, proving the club could compete beyond its legendary first era. In 1966, Real Madrid lifted another European Cup, proving that its European identity could survive beyond its first golden generation. Meanwhile, football was becoming a global phenomenon, and Real Madrid's European success was turning the club into a name recognized far beyond Spain. The 1970s brought new rivals, new tactics, and a more competitive European game. Real Madrid had to adapt once again. Generations changed, but one idea remained. Real Madrid expected its teams to compete at the highest level. By the start of the 1980s, Real Madrid had something few clubs possessed: a legacy powerful enough to inspire another generation. In the 1980s, a talented new generation emerged at Real Madrid, bringing fresh energy, technique, and ambition to the club. A remarkable group of young players became known as the Quinta del Buitre, giving Madrid a new identity built around youth and attacking football. Their football was fast, technical, and aggressive, helping Real Madrid rediscover the attacking identity that had defined earlier generations. At home, the new generation helped Real Madrid become a powerful force in Spanish football, turning domestic competition into another stage for its ambition. Inside Madrid Stadium, the atmosphere became part of the club's identity. The supporters expected greatness, and the players felt that pressure. Domestic success was not enough. Madrid wanted Europe again, and the club's new generation was determined to bring continental glory back.
European nights produced dramatic comebacks, building a reputation for a team that refused to accept defeat when the pressure was highest.
Every European campaign tested the team's depth, mentality, and ability to survive high-pressure knockout football. The 1980s restored confidence and created another powerful chapter in Madrid's history. But football was about to change again. By the 1990s, Real Madrid carried more than trophies. It carried a century of expectations, and a new battle for the future was beginning. As the new century approached, Real Madrid was preparing for another transformation, one that would change the club's image around the world. A new leadership vision focused on combining sporting ambition with global attention, turning Real Madrid into more than just a football team. The idea became famous as the Galácticos era, assembling some of football's biggest stars and turning the team into a global spectacle. Big-name transfers attracted enormous attention, connecting Real Madrid with fans across continents and transforming football transfers into global events.
On the pitch, the combination of elite individual talent created spectacular football and enormous expectations. In 2002, Real Madrid added another European triumph to its history, reinforcing its reputation as one of the continent's biggest clubs.
Football was becoming a global business, and Real Madrid was learning how to turn sporting fame into worldwide commercial influence. Real Madrid's audience was no longer limited to Spain. Its stars, trophies, and history were creating a worldwide community of supporters. But assembling stars created another problem. Expectations became enormous. At Real Madrid, talent alone was never enough. The first Galácticos era eventually faded, but its impact remained. Real Madrid had become a global football brand, and the next transformation was already coming. In 2009, Real Madrid began another major transformation, combining sporting ambition with a strategy. The strategy was clear: combine experienced stars, emerging talent, and elite coaching to build another team capable of conquering Europe.
Alongside expensive transfers, development remained important, because long-term success requires talent that can grow with the club.
After years of rebuilding, Real Madrid returned to the center of European competition, and the club was about to enter one of its greatest modern eras.
In 2014, Real Madrid finally captured its 10th European Cup, ending a long wait and adding another legendary chapter to its European history.
Then came an extraordinary run. 3 Champions League titles in 4 seasons, making Real Madrid the dominant force of its generation. After the historic 2018 triumph, another transition began. The stars would change, but the club's ambition remained. In 2022, Madrid produced a series of remarkable comebacks, reminding the football world that belief can become one of a team's greatest weapons. Today, the rise continues through infrastructure, youth development, global supporters, modern football technology, and the constant pursuit of trophies. From a small Madrid football club to a global giant, Real Madrid's rise was built on ambition, generation,